Everyone. We're live from the WBCA championships here, the Western Regionals, from Chinook Winds Hotel and Casino, Lincoln City, Oregon. You're watching OnTheRailTV.com. We're going to be watching Tommy Rossi versus Mike Stevens. It looks like Mike Stevens does have the first break. It is alternating break, race to 6. The winner of this will move on to the finals of the Chinook Winds Open. And your commentators for this match are Lenny and Carissa. Thanks for joining me.
If you weren't able to make it here this week, this is quite a sight and an event. Lots of fun, lots of stuff to do for everyone. The venue here is really pretty neat because of, obviously the ocean and gambling and just so much to do for everyone. So.
Oh yeah, it's probably one of the best venues I've been to for pool, and I've been to many, and a lot of them are usually out in the middle of nowhere, and here we are, but we have a great view, and there's other things to do besides being trapped in a casino gambling.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. A little something for everyone, and the casino has been so supportive of pool, which is, really pretty neat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here looks like Mike didn't make a ball on the break, and so you can see easily already first game just how important that break shot is and why it makes such a big difference, because in reality Tommy should be out and chalk up his first game here.
Yeah,
He's got a little bit of a problem with the 10 ball. Is that the 10 ball sitting up behind the 8?
Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest problem ball he's got.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he'll jump on that right away.
Yeah.
Probably use the 13 to, well...
He can do that right now. He can go to the 13 after he shoots his 14 probably in the side.
Yep.
And when he bumps, he'll probably go off the 13 and move the 8 ball out of the way, or just bump the 10, and he's got the 9 as a security ball after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's really looking at the angle to try and dial in just exactly, if he wants to hit that 10 ball or where he wants to come in and, maybe tickle that 8 ball out of there.
Yeah.
These guys just play with such precision. There's.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, to watch, the thought process, because everybody sometimes picks a different pattern to run out an 8 ball.
Yeah. It looks like he's going to go into the 10 as opposed to the 8.
Yeah, just move it over for a shot in the side. That's perfect. He's in really good shape now to get out.
Yeah, the tables have been breaking really tough here for some reason, and the second ball break has seemed to work a little bit better than the head ball break, but I think that these guys, also have a preference to the head ball break just because of the fact that there's so much more control over the cue ball. So
yeah, that's huge, because the last thing you want to do is give someone ball in hand if you scratch.
Yeah. Tom Rossi has played for many, many years, and this is also such a talented player. I don't know that he liked the outcome of that shot particularly well, but
yeah, that was kind of an unforced error there. It looks like he's banking it, and either cross corner. Yeah. Well, now he's going to be in trouble. I mean, Mike has some work to do here, that's for sure. I mean, it's not a road map out.
Yeah, I think if he can shoot it, then, he should definitely take this 5 and get down right now and get down onto those balls at the bottom end of the table as opposed to this open one that could be insurance.
Yeah.
But looks like he's got something different in mind. The 2 and the 4 are obviously real tricky because of the fact that well, it looks like probably the 4 plays past the 11, but
yeah, the 4
the 2
does.
definitely doesn't play in that corner pocket, and then to move from the 4 to the 2 is just quite a bit trickier. He'll probably use the 5 and then go to the 4.
Yeah.
We'll see if he opts to bump the 2 or...
Yeah, he might bump the 2, and he'll have the 3 on the side as like an insurance ball. Well, he missed that one. And Rossi's happy to be back at the table, and he'll probably get this first game.
Yeah, if Tom can see past the 2 to make the 11, I can't quite tell from this angle, but I'll be interested to see, how he shoots at that 12, because he can only play the 10 in the side pocket, and that 1 is going to pose a problem to get shape on that.
Your opponent is waiting for you on table number 78, Randy Howe. You are now on the clock. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think he's looking at trying to draw the cue ball. He'll probably stop his cue ball right there and try to draw out around those balls.
Yeah, this is critical, and it
Yeah.
doesn't have to go well. Yeah, that's what we're thinking. He's going to draw back for the 10.
Unless he takes, some high inside. Well, he drew back. But unfortunately, I don't believe he's got any good shot other than maybe a cross corner bank.
I think it's,
That's what he's calling. That's the only shot he's got.
Tony Volk, your opponent is waiting on table number 80.
And
Tony
you'll
Volk.
probably see
You are now on the clock. You have
if
5
he
minutes.
does make this bank, Mike will probably end up playing some sort of safe if he can't get out because of where the 4 is. Yeah, that's... Oh, wow. Well, he's got to do something with this 4 ball because I don't think it goes past the 8.
That's kind of unfortunate. I think that definitely would have, the way the table sits, there's definitely it's a tough out. And so having ball in hand really helps Mike here.
Oh, for sure. He needs to do something with the 4 ball.
Your opponent is waiting on table number 49, Mike Sells.
I don't know
You are
if
now on
the
the clock.
I don't know
You
if the
have
7
5
goes into the
minutes.
side or not. It's real tough to tell, but yeah, he's gonna probably go straight forward into the 4 now.
Yeah, I don't know if safe is more in line in this spot. Just that's just not an ideal breakout ball for the 4 by any stretch.
Yeah, he didn't move it very much.
And
I mean, he could try to go into him again here, go into the 7 ball off the 5, cutting the 5, but and probably have the 2 afterwards if need be.
yeah, I think that probably would have been a smart move for him to bank the 4.
He's got a shot here to roll him up behind the 1 ball. He tucked him in behind the 5. That's even better. Nice, simple safety shot. Try to get ball in hand, and but those balls are still trouble.
Well, I think that like Jeff was talking about, if he gets the ball in hand, I mean, he could have done that after he shot the 3 too, but just banked that 4 back in the side. I mean,
yeah,
it's a high percentage shot for a player of Mike's caliber, and then and then he's out. It's hard to tell at this angle how weird the 7 sits.
Yeah.
At that side pocket, which poses another issue, just because if it doesn't play in the side, it doesn't play up in the corner where that 8 is, and it's a scratch unless you're dead straight on it. Nice shot.
Oh yeah, that was a nice hit.
That was a great shot. And well played. He definitely played the speed on that, just knowing that.
Yeah, Mike's going to cut the 5 ball. That's what I think he's going to do here, but
Yeah, it could give him a chance to bump things or, rearrange the furniture, so to speak, on 7 and 4. Maybe get something good to happen for him. But
Paul Schwelgart, your opponent is
it's going to be tough to play
47.
Safe.
Paul Schwelgart, you are now on the clock. You have 5 minutes.
It's going to be tough to play safe with the 10 so close to that corner pocket. I mean, he's got to go and shoot now.
Yeah, I think the angle too on the cue ball is a little bit wide for the bank on the 4 right now. That I'm not sure would work out all that great for him.
No, he almost got straight in here. I don't think he has much of an angle, so it's starting to get tricky now.
It doesn't even have to be from there, Jeff. I think you can make anything from anywhere. If you were here, you'd be a dead nut winner.
Well, he might be able to roll this in and play for the bank next. Oh, wow. That's no good. Game 1's going to go to Tommy Rossi.
Stands a few tables back, practicing his break. Getting ready for whoever comes through of this match. Nice shot.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you tuning in.
I don't know. I'd get carried away, you guys. Yeah, it was nice of Tommy to finally break out that 4-ball. A little bit late, but yeah, I'd have to agree, Big Chief. They're just getting the cobwebs out on the first game, though. You too, AJC Pool. Do you play BCA also? How come you weren't down here?
You're going to see Tommy really taking a good amount of time when he racks the balls.
Well, it's nice that you're joining us here and cheering on the players then. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the balls on the, and the different colors. I think it was harder during the 9-ball tournament, but with the 8-ball tournament, it's either stripes or solids, so it doesn't really matter. And they play great. I haven't had any complaints about how the cue ball plays or how any of the balls react, which is in the past what's so hard about bar tables, but not so much anymore. Lucky's here. Lucky's not been nice. He kicked us all out of the pool room at 2 a.m. so he could go home and get some beauty sleep. No, he wasn't hustling pool. Nice little rearranging of the furniture there.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 12 ball first probably and then take the 15 into the side pocket, and then those 3 stripes, and probably will be the last balls he takes.
I was thinking that he would shoot up on the cluster on the other side and just use that 12 in the side to get on the whatever that lighter colored ball is, the 15, I think.
Yeah, the 15's in the center.
But yeah, that's why he's the grandmaster and I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the balls all open, ready to run out. I mean,
yeah, and he got good shape on that 15 down into the corner. Yeah, Steve says I have a touch of the elephant, so I don't play the ball soft too often, so I don't end up having the skid issue.
yeah.
I always try to
You
hit the balls
right?
hard.
Yeah, that's okay.
So probably 15 and then 10, 13, and then 11 is the key ball maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he might have to draw back off the 11 now, straight back. Unless he's going to play, yeah,
Oh yeah,
he's got to.
gonna. Oh, maybe
He
he's
could
gonna play the
follow it.
10 down in the other corner.
He might just come back out. One rail. Yeah, one rail, and he should be fine. 10, 13, 8, and he'll go up 2-0 over Mike Stevens.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna play the 8 in the opposite corner. Maybe kind of take his licks on this since it didn't get straight in or something.
Yeah. I don't know if it does go past it too. That's where he'll play it. But if not, he's gonna have to come back and forth. Yeah. Oh, he came around. How did he hit it?
Stop.
Wow, he's got the speed down pretty good.
He didn't have to take his licks. He moves the cue ball better than that.
Yeah, he does control that cue ball really well.
Yeah, sort of has to pay attention maybe to the scratch, but is looking like he's hitting low enough that that's just going to change the angle that the cue ball comes off drastically.
Oh, wow. I can't believe that he missed that 8 ball, and I know he can't believe it either. You know. And Mike is very happy to be back be at the table and having a chance to get this game. He's got a long shot here on the 6 to start out with.
Lots of laughs, Jeff. Why are you hating on Tommy? No, my goodness.
Ooh. I think he's going to play this 4 ball in the side pocket. I don't know if he's going to like slide over and get the 2 next or not. I mean, he really needs to do something about it, but I don't know if he can hold the cue ball. It's kind of a thin hit on the 4.
Being that thin, yeah. I would definitely probably try to put more spin on it and come back around to play the 5 in the side. Or
yeah. But he's going to have to address the 2, so it's possible he might go into the 8 or the 2 on this shot.
I think he might have just told Tommy he was going to play safe.
Really? I mean, it's not a bad shot either if you can snooker him.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, he did play safe. And that was a pretty good shot. I think he's going to try to kick it into the side pocket, perhaps. I mean, he's got to call something here. He's got to go for something. The table's open, and
Tom is such a gentleman to make sure and, have Mike look at it and. Oh, nice shot.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That was close. It's a good try. Good attempt.
Ooh, got a lot of action. Might think twice about playing safe on Tom next time.
Yeah. Sometimes you force them to shoot that shot and they end up making it.
Well, you have to do that. You have to force them to make a miracle shot in those spots.
Yeah,
That's
let them shoot it. It's they're low percentage shots. So
that is Mike did the right thing, and you do that 10 times out of 10. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's one of those. You gotta have him shoot it. Well, Mike should be getting out here. He'll tie it up 1-1, and I believe it will be his break also. Just needs these 4 balls. I actually like shooting the 1 ball here first.
Yeah, I think you're right, because the 5 and the 1 do get a little tricky because of the pockets being blocked.
Yeah.
So it's not that Mike can't, get out, or that you would expect that he doesn't, but it does add an element of more difficulty.
Oh, for
Where
sure.
if he took the 1 and then slid over, he can play the 4 in the corner, or the 5 in the other corner. Or
Yeah, he's got options.
yeah, I like your thinking.
He's fine. He says that's good. It's 1-1 now. So when's your when is your next match that you have to play?
Teams.
Teams, okay.
I'm looking forward to it now, sitting here watching this great
Yeah, right.
pool. I'm gonna all
It's
those other.
inspirational, right?
No, I'm learning a lot.
Quite
Those
good.
other teams are gonna be in trouble.
And some of the teams just come in to play teams. They don't play some singles events or scotch doubles, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
so
have
they don't have the table time that you probably had also. That's a good advantage, to get in tables and get some hours in.
It helps a lot to be able to be in this environment and to play those games, because thinking out the patterns and the right balls to shoot and how to manage the table, the more repetition and opportunity that you have to experience that, the better you end up becoming and playing, and more in rhythm. Or Scotch, I found, always helped me a lot, because since I'm only shooting every other shot, then I have a glimpse into what my partner's thinking in terms of patterns.
Yeah.
And so in the past, when I've done singles, I have felt like I go into singles real strong because I've played Scotch.
Yeah, I think it's certainly helpful. But there's no coaching in that. You just got to play your shots, correct?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, after the match, I'm sure sometimes your partner, you guys discuss the match and go over certain shots or how you should have played certain things or done something different.
Well, I think that at this level, or there definitely is a right way for, Mike or Tommy here to play the pattern. There's a right pattern, and being able to spot that quicker is, kind of the challenge of this game. So we don't necessarily have to discuss a lot after the scotch matches or that sort of thing, because after, you immediately know where you make your mistakes, where you end up paying if if you don't select the right balls and play the right shape or that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure. Certainly, if you're playing with someone who's a better player, it's going to help your game. I mean, you're going to see a lot of what they do, and how often do you and Steve play together?
Well, we usually we don't really play that much.
No.
Steve has a business and
Okay.
is ultimately building that and spends 6 days a week there. And,
Oh, wow.
And then I have a job also, and put a lot into that, but we don't have a pool table at the house anymore, and we went out and practiced some before this, but
Yeah. Well, Tommy's surveying the table, and he's starting off with a 14 ball. I mean, the balls are all open for him except for the 10 ball. That's in a little funny spot.
yeah, I'm wondering too how the 9 plays, but I'm thinking that if there's any problems with the 9, he's just going to use this 11 right now to break that out.
And I think it's close. It's close to being, they probably might have to. Well, they're gentlemen, and I don't think you're going to see him call the ref too often. But I think you're right here. He's going into it.
Oh,
That's okay. He's got the 9 in the corner, and
the angle's kind of steep. I'm thinking that he wants to, do something with that 10 ball.
yeah,
So
he might bump it now.
we'll see what he opts to do. Yeah, get it out of there. Oh,
Didn't move it very far. Huh?
I don't know that helped his cause much.
Jason Hess. Jason Hess. Your opponent is waiting on table 71.
Hey, Bob. Nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by.
Tommy's been hanging out in Idaho, huh? I'm wondering if the 10 maybe plays past the 3 at that kind of steeper.
I mean, it's possible that it could go off. You could play into it, and that 3 is pretty deep in the pocket.
I mean, he could go back essentially like 2 rails to play the cue ball like down toward the 3 to maybe he's going forward.
Yeah, he's played the 13, and
He's gonna
you know what he's going to do? He'll probably come out. Maybe he'll come up behind it.
Oh, is that a 13 there?
Yeah, he's got the 13 ball, and maybe he can go forward to get to the 10.
Yeah, looking from here, I thought it was the 5 ball. Yeah, so he'll play the 10 up in the other corner. Hold on.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. He got a shot here on the 10, but it's
On the 50-yard line, looks like.
well, he can cut that ball in without much trouble, but he's got to he might have to jack up a little bit to avoid going forward into the side pocket.
I think on that angle, it just runs into the 1. If he hits lower, then it would maybe scratch. So
Let's see what he does. Oh boy.
oh, stop.
Oh boy. Oh wow. Talk about the air brakes, huh?
Wow.
And Mike gave him that.
Didn't make him shoot it.
Mutual respect between these two. Yeah, you are correct. Stan did put Tommy on the loser side, and
And they played for the point.
yeah, it was a pretty good match. I'm really looking forward to seeing the finals. You know, Stan played perfect in that set against Tommy. I think he won 6-2, 6-3. Played really well.
Yeah, that's just a player's preference call, I guess, making him shoot it or not. Playing rough is still highly unlikely to miss a straight-in shot. How recent was the 10-ball match?
Ed Terry to table 80, please.
Oh, really? Rossi was ranked top 40 in the world at one time.
That's kind of interesting because the only rankings I've seen have been on the AccuStats, and not that Tommy's not a great player, but I've never seen a ranking like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was maybe years ago. Did he play on a pro tour, perhaps?
Nice break.
Oh yeah, it was a good break, and most likely he's going to take the stripes here because of where the 5-ball is.
I've been playing for 20 years, and Tom was very up and coming when I was first started able to get in the bars, that sort of things. He was kind of, tutored under David Rhodes, and had played out of the cue ball quite a bit. Maybe had some support from Jim Liebold or that sort of thing, but I had never seen any rankings.
He's going to have to
Dave
shoot
Bauer,
the...
you are to be on table 78.
he might shoot
For
this
second
9 in the
chance.
corner now.
Dave
If
Bauer
not,
on table
I'm
He's
thinking
got
he'll
the
shoot the
14.
14 and then the 15, and then
Yeah.
the 9 down here to play the 8.
well, he's looking at to see if that 9 goes past.
Goes past it?
Yeah, because it might just be slightly hooked onto the 4 ball where it doesn't. And then that means he would have to probably shoot it now.
Probably too has a little bit to do with whether or not the 8 goes by the 5.
Yeah, it does go by the 5 ball.
So
He's
then-
shooting that 9 now.
Yeah.
Come out probably to the center or go off the ball. Yep. Oh boy. The opening shot for Mike, it looks like he's going to shoot the 7 up in the corner. Probably shoot the 7 and then maybe shoot the 4. Unless he elects to, because he's got to clear the 4 for the 3 ball.
Looks like he
Unless-
wants to take care of that now, but I definitely agree with you in terms of moving that 7 out of the way.
Yeah.
It ends up just posing an issue, and then it's also, if he shoots it up in the corner, would be natural safe,
Yeah.
or shape for the 4 rather. So, but he likes taking the 4 here and getting that out of the way so that the 3 has a pocket.
Oh boy. These guys made some uncharacteristic mistakes, for their level of play, and either one of them faces Stan in the finals. They're gonna have to bring their best game,
Yeah, it's I'm sure been quite a grind. I think both of
Oh,
these
yeah,
guys have
tired
been
out,
in
yeah.
the Masters division. I know that Steve and I played Scotch from 10 a.m. until 2 a.m.
Oh,
the
yeah,
next
that's,
morning, and then we continued Scotch at 10 a.m. the next day, and we played 2 matches, got done at 2. Steve started singles right away and played until 2 a.m. that morning, and yesterday was similar as well, so I doubt that Tommy here or Mike are in a lot of different position, because they also, sure Mike did fine in Scotch with Cindy, and
Well, it looks like Tommy's going to go up 3-1 here.
yeah, this is the loser here would take 3rd place and move on to face Stan in the finals.
Mike really needs to win this game, and alternating break format, you don't want to let someone get far ahead on you, because you can't put together any racks to really come back. Like it's one at a time, and hoping that they break dry or something funny happens. So Mike really needs to win this game. It's a pretty good break. They're all open.
Women are still in the 8-ball. There's no 9-ball at this. There are no 9-ball events unless they're mini events down here. Gigante, I believe. I'm not sure. Jimmy, did you know Jimmy G?
No, don't know.
I vaguely remembered that, but I thought Jimmy was just backing Tommy in different events. That by the time that Tommy was up and rearing to go, that there really wasn't a pro tour, that the Camel Tour had already concluded.
Chris Getman, your opponent is waiting on table 75. Chris Getman, you are now on the clock. You have 5 minutes.
I think he's in really good shape to
Bob
win
Red,
this game.
over to the mini desk.
Yeah, I like
Bob.
that he's looking at that 13 and gonna make plans to get on that. I think that's one of the trickiest little spots on this particular table.
Yeah, because the 10 and the 11 lead him to the 8, and he should be fine here. I believe he shoots the 13, 15, and comes down table for the 10 and the 11, and he should win this game. Oh, I think I might have put the jinx on him.
Well, it's hard to see.
Yeah, it might have been real tight. Might have had just half a pocket or something.
Yep, the loser gets third and the winner plays Stan Tarango. Tarango, actually.
Which one is it?
It is
I've heard two. I've heard it.
Stan has said is Tarango.
Okay. Unless he's just messing with people. But I'm going to trust that.
We've had a more serious conversation about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because his name is Joseph. That's his real first name. And he goes by Stan. And he says, but no one knows how to say my last name because, it's been many years, of course, that everyone says Tarango.
Yeah, so now it just became that to people, right?
Yeah.
David Lash to table 55. David Lash to 55 for second chance.
Somebody was happy.
Bob Workman to table 44, second chance. Bob Workman, you're on the clock.
I was kind of surprised that he didn't take the 5-ball first and just use the 3 to play shape for that 7 that's down there as his key ball. But he likes going,
Rodney Ward to
not
table
having a chance of running into any of the other balls, of course,
Yeah.
which
is pretty smart to do, right?
yeah, I would think that's pretty solid thinking there.
This is going to be 4-1, and Mike concedes the game.
I think we're all anxious to see Mike put some heat back on Tommy here
Yeah.
and take advantage of his opportunities.
Yeah, he's had a few opportunities where he should, there were outs that he was supposed to get out, and he just didn't put it together. And from me watching him play, he's certainly not playing his game in this match. Yesterday he played phenomenal. He played your Scotch
Steve.
partner, Steve. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing to see how well that he played yesterday. And then today it's a new day,
Yeah.
and that's how pool works. It doesn't even have to be day by day. It could be match to match. You could play differently.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the frustrating part. You just want to have you want to consistently be able to play a real solid game, or it'd be nice to play your best game every time, but we all know that's not the case,
Well, there's so much focus and intensity on, playing with precision, and so I think that it is quite a challenge to, keep that mental focus so sharp.
Yeah.
To see all the way through the rack, and
It's that mental stamina that,
Absolutely.
and physical too, in a tournament like this where it's long hours and you're on your feet and you're,
There's no doubt.
better have a comfortable pair of shoes on.
Well, or even something as simple as, being able to have time to eat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
these guys.
I see people eating during matches, like during their match, they're eating just because they haven't had the time to just get away. I mean, they're in here.
Yeah. Except for Stan's been walking on the beach and enjoying the sunshine, and
Oh yeah, he's gonna he's gonna be fresh when he plays his finals match. I think he's been waiting patiently.
yes, he has.
As have these other players. I think it's a lot of conflicts between the Chinook Winds Open and the Masters. Just scheduling.
Yeah, because Mike Stevens is still also in the Master Singles here, which is a completely separate tournament, of course. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I'm not 100% sure about Tommy, but I'm thinking he's also in the Master Singles. I'm not sure if he's labeled as a Grandmaster like Stan is and can't play in the Masters, or if he's in that tournament.
I want to say he is in the Masters, but I could be wrong.
So we got confirmation that Tommy did also play in the Masters division, but was knocked out previous to this.
Okay.
So the 8-ball maybe have to go to the side. This will be a good shot, getting on the 10
Jason
or the
Freeman.
13
Table 76, Jason Freeman.
right there.
Yeah, he needs to draw straight
Quite
back.
a challenge, yeah. Well, and that if that's a 6-ball, look at how good he hit it.
Oh, he hit it perfect.
Thank you, Slow Mo. Got 17th. Tommy got 17th or in the Master Division. Nice shot.
Well, Mike's gonna. It looks like he's gonna get this game and get a little closer.
Mrs. Zach. Sounds like a Ann. And Mike's break, so looking good. Or maybe that's Bob Zach posing as Mrs. Zach. Wouldn't that
Not
be
sure.
funny?
Yeah, right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is Ann, or yes, it is Bob. Ann's got to be at work, so. Does she know you're posing as her?
For those of you out there watching, I recommend refreshing your streams every 15 to 20 minutes just to keep up with the match. Some of you might be lagging a little bit behind from the live feed.
Todd Rosika, second
It's
chance.
Ann.
Put table
Multitasking.
34.
Good girl. Well, I'm glad to know that your husband doesn't go around posing as you.
Well, Mike laid down a pretty fair break. There are some issues with the rack, but he's got an opportunity right here if he wants to take on the stripes. He can address those balls down there.
Use that 11 to break
Yeah,
out that whatever it is right now.
because then maybe like an insurance ball might be the 14 in the side pocket. That's a ball that he could probably count on, but he's gotta open them up now.
It looks like he is maybe has the same plan. Nice. That worked out.
Yeah, that
Great.
worked out great. I would shoot that ball. He could shoot the 13 first, clears it up for the 8, because that's the pocket the 8's going to go in, and then take that ball into the side pocket, the 14. But he also might save the 14 to get to the 9. Yeah, I like this.
Nice shot.
He'll probably go 10, 12, then the 14, then the 9, then the 15. I like that pattern. 10, 12, 14 in the side, which will lead you to the 9, and then the 15 takes you to the 8.
That definitely sounds like a solid plan.
Came a little. See, now he's got a little steep angle on the 12. But if he wants to put a little bit of inside on it and cut it, he could hold the cue ball a little bit better. But
That's dicey.
Yeah, it's.
Because at the angle he comes off, in between that second and third diamond, which is too close to the. Yeah, he has to kind of change his plan here, I think.
Yeah. He had that pattern that I gave before. That was what he was going for. But sometimes you have to change it when something happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's just, he's going to have to get back on the 12 at some point.
Mike Bauer and Michael Bladen, table 67.
Yeah. Now he's got to, come back on the 12. And this is where, trouble could happen. If he could have played the original pattern, there was no trouble.
Right.
But I think he'll be okay depending on where he gets on the 12.
Well, that 7 comes into play a little
Yeah.
bit, and
So
then
does those the one and the one
then
ball
2,
too.
and right.
If you get a funny angle and bump it, because he's got to, get on that other side. The 8 only goes in one pocket.
Right.
That's the tricky part. So it's not just getting a shot on the 12, but getting a shot with shape to the 8.
Exactly. Yeah, the other traffic on the table comes in on both shots, which ideally you'd like to try and avoid if you're the one shooting.
I'm just, I don't know what he's gonna, if he can. I think he can get past the 1 and then come over one rail for the 8 ball.
Yeah, you risk running into the 8, which probably
Yeah.
wouldn't end up coming out bad. Oh, he hit that great.
Yeah,
Look at that.
perfect.
Great
And,
shot.
And he's going to close the gap here after he makes his 8 from 4-2 to 4-3.
So, yep, seeing a comeback here.
He's closed the gap quite a bit, and Tommy's going to be breaking this rack. It is alternating break. Oh, they're taking a quick break, so. And I think I'm going to take a quick break and get a glass of water. Would you like something to drink?
I think I'll go with you. And
Okay. Stretch your legs. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Dormini to table 70 for second chance. Don Dormini, second chance.
It's because of the cameras. That's why. If you don't move a lot, as long as you don't move, it's just like it is. That's why.
Well, when you get up, you're going to move. Just grab a chair. 68 yesterday, 20 today. My daughter's up in Alaska, and so it was like 13 one day.
Oh, wow.
And then 40 the next day. They're kind of thawing out up there, I guess. Tommy's coming back here.
Yeah, and here comes Mike. Tommy does have the break here.
Oh, yeah, Mike's family is from Ohio. He had gone back and played in a couple team tournaments back there with some cousins or I think it's cousins.
Oh.
Hopefully he knows that you're there cheering him on.
Steve Rankin. You're the proud winner of a peach hour cue, so please go over to the billiards and bar stools here. Now, pick up the cue.
Oh, you were the one with on that team with him and Steve and Glenn. That sounded like a fun tournament. We have a Stan fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of people in the chat rooting for different players. It's pretty interesting, and some of them, know of, but some actually are friends, family, and
I think he made a ball and a little bit of a cue ball's nudged in there a little bit, so he may have a limited shot selection here.
yeah, he's probably going to have to take the 14 all the way up. And then a ball that he'll have to deal with is probably the 11 ball, which is in a little weird position on the table. But everything else is fairly open.
Yeah, the stripes still look real good.
Yeah, the stripes look great. He might take that now. He might do is shoot the 14 and draw back a little bit for the 11 in the side pocket.
Stan does gamble. And he's not a hustler, no.
Yeah, he did draw back
Perfect
for that.
shot.
Yeah. He needed
Right
to take
on the
care
11.
of that. And what he'll do here is pocket the 11, and he'll come down for the 12 and 13 and get rid of those.
Nice moving through traffic there. He does look a little bit flat angle on that 12, but I think he'll be definitely capable of dealing with that.
Steve Richmond is coming.
Yep, Mike ran a couple, made a couple outs to bring the score closer.
Good shot. Hit it with a little inside, but I think he's going to have to go to the 15 next, which is by the 8 ball. And then probably come forward for the 10 on the side or 8 on the side.
Yeah, he still is flat on that 12 ball,
Yeah.
so
Might have to take a little bit longer of a shot, just kind of like punch out a little bit.
all those balls come into play,
Yeah.
the 3 and the...
Oh.
Looks good. I think you can hit the 15 up in the corner and then play the 10 in the side to be out.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't like that. You could tell when he kind of stood back up and
Yeah, he just...
didn't feel comfortable over that shot for some reason.
No, and you know, Mike has an open table. We expect him to get out here and tie the matchup 4-4. You know.
That's probably things working in his favor with this family rooting for him. That's
Yeah.
got to be the key.
Positive thinking, right?
I wonder if Stan has a preference on who he plays. Like if
Yeah.
he's rooting for someone here in particular.
Yeah, he might have, you know, one of these guys' number and maybe has a little bit better of a record against them. And, you know, pool players know those things, you know? They kind of know where they stand with another player, whether, you know, they've gotten the better of that player or maybe it's the opposite way, you know? Well, Mike has 5 balls left on the table. He'll play this with a low cue ball, draw over to the side rail.
Yeah. Seems like almost like he's working the cue ball real hard, like maybe the things aren't coming naturally to him.
Yeah.
And
Might just be
hopefully he'll
getting
just
a
get
little-
himself back in line here.
Yeah, he's just been getting a little bit. That's perfect. Yeah, he'll just stop his cue ball right here on the after he shoots a 7, and I'll have an angle to come from the 3 to the 8.
Mike Berglund to table 52. Mike Berglund to table 52. You're on the clock.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Jennifer Lewis to table 62.
Now, Mike is a guy who generally works really hard on his game, and he also has a full-time job, and so I'm sure depending on how much work he's had of late or, overtime makes a difference on how in stroke he stays or that sort of thing, because he has quite he's pretty disciplined in spending time on the table and making sure he keeps his game all tuned up. Nice shot.
Oh boy, he might be going into the side. Nope, he got there, and they shake hands. It was a race to 5, I guess,
Oh.
because it's the loser side. I thought it was a race to 6, didn't you?
I thought it was too.
Yeah. Maybe they shortened the races just because of.
No, this is the open.
in the open.
right,
It's
so it was
5. Okay.
5 on the loser side.
Okay.
And I think
6 on
in
the winners, but in the Masters, it's all
still
6.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry about that, everyone, but it was a race to 5. Thank
Take
you.
my sugar. Head out. Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you all for tuning in there. And I see Stan coming here. He's going to be playing a match.
Mike Casper, second chance, table 61. Mike Casper, table 61. You're on the clock.
We're going to be restarting the stream here, so be back in a moment. Thank you to Carissa Biggs for joining me in the booth.